What's going on, guys? It's Monkey Fantastica and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm playing with the 4-2-2. This is because I want to take a break from the free bags that I've been forcing down your throats, and I wanted to give you a good midfield battle formation which has been working a lot recently. In the 4-2-2 I didn't really rate it, to be honest. I normally went with either the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1 because they all worked in similar ways. However, the 4-2-2's grown on me this year, and I've realised it for what it is. And due to the last patch about 7 days ago, the 4-2-2's really came back to the front of formations. And as a quick sorry, there's a bit of background noise due to some of my sister's kids being a bit loud and rowdy today. I'm sorry, it happens with children at young ages. So as a heads up, if you hear them, I'm sorry. I am going to try to edit out their shouting in a way in post-production, but I can't guarantee getting rid of it, so I wanted to put an apology in the video at this point now that they've just started again. So getting straight into the tactics. Defensive style balanced. This is so you have all the control in your own defense and you're not having the AI running your defense into no man's land, leaving you vulnerable at the back and wasting your player energy. The amount of times I've seen since the last patch of the AI taking players when you say have press after possession loss or on heavy touch, where they're taking the players, the key centre backs, the likes of Chiellini that I have, taking them over to the left cam or the right back position, leaving that whole gap open for someone like Mbappe to just walk into and have a free shot on goal, has been ridiculous. So we've went with balance. This is so you have the control, and like I said, to stop the AI wasting your energy and ruining your whole defense line in a way. The width is 42. This is because narrow formations recently, specifically with the last three patches, it's been really hard to break down narrow defenses. So having all your players concentrated more in a deeper area, less of a deeper area, but more of a narrow area, is really good. So I've gone with a 42 because it's not too different from 50 at complete balance, but it's not too narrow. It's in the perfect position that it's narrow enough so that your defense is together and it's hard to break down, but it's not too narrow that they'll just use wing play against you. The depth 55. This is because you want to have a higher line. However, I've got 3 different depths that you can use, and they're all for different variations on how you want to play this formation. They all work, it's just how you prefer to play as a player. I'd recommend 55, as I'm showing on screen, if you struggle defensively and you want to have a more deeper approach without your CDMs going as high. If you're like me and you're not as cautious defensively and you like to push a bit further forward, I'd go with 60. This is on new gen and old gen. However, if you're on new gen and you want to play a higher press and you want to be pushing the line forward, I'd go with anything between 65 and 72. However, for both console and PC, I'd recommend a depth of 60 to 55 just to keep it on the safer side. However, the 60 is a more of a higher line than what you'd probably used to. Build-up play and chance creation. I don't know how many times I have to say this. If I ever produce merch, you can guarantee this being one of the key things. Balanced and direct passing are the most effective things you'll ever have in your arsenal in a tactic. This is perfect. No matter what you're playing, whether it's counter-attack, tiki-taka, long ball, short passes that just slow build up in general, the short small passes between your defense and then you just walk up the pitch, it does not matter. Balanced and direct passing is the way to go. With your width, I went with 55. This is because it's not too wide in the attack, but it's wide enough that your players will go slightly further, but it will draw their defense a lot further than it draws your player wider. You get more chances to go into the gaps that the defense is leaving as they're moving. It's more of a whether you've got faster attackers. As you can see, I've got Grealish, Kulu, Vardy and Kane. Kane's not going to do it as much, but Grealish, Kulu and Vardy, they're going to be doing it a lot. Players in the box, I've went with 6. This is because I want to have it crowded but not too crowded. This will mean on counters as well, more players will be running into the box. So it's always beneficial to have it anywhere between 4 and 8. I'd recommend about 5 or 6. Corners and free kicks, it's got to be 2. Since the last video, if you watched it, the Pro FIFA tactics, if you haven't watched it already, I'd strongly recommend it because this is from actual pros. This isn't tactics I've made or I've trialed. However, I did trial them. These are tactics made by the best of the best that know exactly what they're talking about and exactly what they're doing. And these are the ones fighting in the FIFA World Cup and esports teams to get to the top of the ladder. I'd strongly recommend watching it. And this is the same as what they use because they want to have good shooters and good headers in the box. Having it on only one, like I used to have it before, only gave you the good headers and left the good shooters on the edge of the box, leaving it hit and miss. Having them all in the centre really gives you that little advantage, however little it may be in game, but it gives you that advantage. Going into the instructions, having your 2 strikers on stay central, get them behind and come on defence. This is for both of them, like I just said. And this is so they come back and close the gap between the strikers and the CDMs, but they also stay in the middle, giving you the middle through ball options. Your cams, either your left or right cam are going to have free roam on them, and that is the one that plays more as a cam in game, like a central player, and not a winger. For me, I've got it on Grealish, and I don't have it on Kulu for obvious reasons. One's a winger, one's more of a cam in real life. The other tactics, which goes for both of them, is come back on defense and get into the box. The idea is that you have someone like a Messi, a Neymar, a Grealish, someone like that can play more as a cam. And it just, when you're going on a tactic, it makes them become the main playmaker of the team, which can let your 2 strikers and your right cam that I have, or left cam if you prefer to have it on your left cam, it lets them become like a front 3 spearhead running forward, but then when the other cam catches up, it goes back to a line of 2 2s. So it's quite nice to use, it's effective, and it always works, to be honest. You see the M's only have cover centre. You don't need anything else because you want them to be going forward and backwards. You need good overall players. Someone like Winter Wildcard Pogba, I've seen him pop up a lot recently. But someone like him, Fernandinho, possibly Kante. Players like that are both good at attacking and good at defending. You want them to be perfect box-to-boxes. However, if you are struggling in-game to defend, I would consider putting stay back while attacking on one of them. I do this with Fernandinho myself because he's an actual CDM and he can play centre-back in-game. Yeah, I'd go on stay back while attacking if you're struggling in-game. However, to start the match with, before you start seeing how the opponent plays, I'd go with balanced and cover centre. Your left back, you want stay back while attacking and conservative. It means that they're going to keep the line and they're not just going to run out and try hopelessly to win the ball. It will keep it so they only go for the ball if it's guaranteed to win the ball, which can set you on a good counter, which is why we have the players in the box on 6 and it all links together in one big chain. You want nothing on your centre backs. The tactic is the same for the right back as it is the left back, and goalkeeper you want come for crosses. That's it for the video. That's all the tactics, that's all the information I need to give you. If you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, it's free, you don't have to, I'm not going to force you to. It's not like I'm hiding in your closet currently waiting for you. Goodbye.